Evening. May I have your attention, please? Okay, I'd like to call the regular meeting of the City Council, April 3rd, to order. May we have the roll call, please?
Yes, Councilmember Chavez.
Here.
Councilmember Fish.
Here.
Councilmember Yu.
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Mann.
Here.
Mayor Sternquist.
Here. Thank you. We move to item 3, the invocation. We have Pastor Darrell Kelty here this evening with Community of Christ Church at 9468 Broadway, and he will provide the invocation. He is a solo pastor with a team of ordained men and women who help him lead the congregation. Welcome, Pastor Kelty.
It's always a joy to be here.
Thank you.
Always a joy. To the maker and creator of all things, we lift this prayer. We ask that your spirit might be with us this meeting today as we consider the business of this city, especially as we select a new mayor and mayor pro tem. We do this because we know that without you and without your divine guidance, we cannot fully recognize all the many situations and circumstances that must be reviewed, shared, and decided upon. You are the source of all truth, who in your love for us and for all of creation seek to guide us to create a better world, not only for this generation, but for all future generations. But we as humans can only see dimly that which is beyond our limited understanding. So without you there to guide us, there is so little that we can do. We have no crystal ball to tell us which road to take, nor do we have tea leaves to give us guidance. But dear Creator, we know that if you will allow us to share your love with those around us, with our brothers and sisters, and to be our guide, then we will be able to rest assured that we are heading in the correct direction, even though we may not know where that direction may lead us. You and you alone know the future, and for this reason, this evening, we put our faith in you. It is therefore that we offer this prayer to you, that through your Spirit we might be directed to see more clearly the future that you're laying out for us, and in turn that we might be able to use that direction to do our part to build a better temple city. This we ask in all humility. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Pastor Kelty. We now move to item 4, our Pledge of Allegiance, and tonight it's going to be led by Boy Scout Troop 174. The Scouts presenting the flags are Stanley Liu, David Segrist, Daniel Segrist, and Jean Nanono. Welcome, gentlemen.
Detail, forward march. Detail, halt. Post.
All those not in uniform, place your right hand over your heart. Scout salute. Pledge allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Detail, reform. Detail, about face. Detail, forward march.
Thank you. Okay, we move to item 5, ceremonial matters and presentations. And wow, how quickly a year goes by. So it's time for our city council reorganization. And I told my husband, if you don't take me tonight and I stay home, can I still be the mayor tomorrow? And he reminded me that no, that would you would just do it anyway. But I have to say, it is such an honor to be able to be the mayor of your city. So forget just the comments from me, but so I'm just going to read what I wrote. As my term as mayor of the city of Temple City comes to an end, it is appropriate to look back on the things that have been accomplished together over these past years. And if you are interested in that, you can take a look at the State of the City address that's on the city website, so that I don't need to go over all the same things again. But it has truly been a team effort between residents, staff, and council members. My sincere personal thanks go out to you, the residents, for caring about our city. You have diligently invested in our city by you generously donating your time through volunteering in our community. No city can be its best without committed and compassionate people coming together and focusing on common goals. You continue to make Temple City a wonderful place for us to all call home. We are so fortunate to have outstanding city employees, and every day we see the results of their commitment to delivering excellent services to our residents. We have challenged staff to be more creative and resourceful this past year, and I have no doubt that we will continue to do so in the coming year. Temple City continues to enjoy cost-effective, quality city services because of our staff's innovative actions. I cannot adequately thank our city staff for what they do every day. Temple City is also led by a committed team of city council members who generously give their time because of their passion for our great city. We are also fortunate to have such a fine group of people who are working hard on our behalf. They have challenged one another to dig deep on the issues, and always have treated each other with great respect. Our city council members are smart, visionary thinkers who will continue to develop a great plan for Temple City's future under our new mayor, Pro Tem William Mann. A huge thank you to our city attorney, Eric Vale, for all his advice, and of course to Brian Cook, our city manager. His willingness to listen, guide, and get through my weekly list of demands that should have been completed yesterday are appreciated more than you know. Finally, I would like to thank my husband, Greg, and my family for always being my rock and a place where I can land if difficult times should arise. As I hand the gavel over to Mayor Pro Tem, I congratulate him and know that he is positioned to help Temple City remain a great place to live, work, and play. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Sternquist. At this time, I would like to invite the mayor and I to go up to the podium to present some certificates from some of our VIP guests today.
Thank you.
So we have a couple of certificates from some of our neighboring cities, and unfortunately they send their regrets in not being able to attend our reorganization tonight. First, we have a certificate from the city of Arcadia. Is presented to Mayor Cynthia Sternquist in appreciation of your dedicated service as mayor and council member to the residents of Temple City, California, signed by Mayor of Arcadia, Peter Amundsen.
Thank you.
Next, from the city of Rosemead, in recognition of your outstanding contribution to the community and service to the residents of Temple City during your tenure as mayor between 2017 to 2018, your dedication and commitment is to be commended. Signed by all 5 members of the Rosemead City Council, including Mayor Paulilo.
Thank you.
We also have a certificate from the City of San Gabriel, presented to outgoing Mayor Cynthia Sternquist. The Mayor and City Council of San Gabriel wish to extend their sincere appreciation for your extraordinary dedication and service to the City of Temple City over the past year as Mayor. Thank you for your outstanding work and contributions to the surrounding communities. Signed by all 5 members of the City Council and Mayor John Harrington. And at this moment, I'd also like to invite some of our distinguished guests who have come from near and far to present certificates and also maybe make some congratulatory comments to our Mayor, Cynthia Sternquist. So first off, I'd like to invite former Assembly Member Mike Ng, who is coming here on behalf of our Congresswoman Judy Chu. And for those who don't know, Mike is also running for State Senate this year, representing the district that Temple City resides in. So Mike Ng, if you could please come up.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem William Mann. Well, I noticed you had a few tears there a few minutes ago. I remember when I became mayor, that's when all my constituents started crying. So it's a little bit different. Well, it's a true story. Well, Mayor Cynthia Sternquist, my wife Judy Chu, a member of the United States Congress, really wanted to be here tonight, but I made her stay home because I wanted to be the one presenting you the certificate. Because it is always such an amazing joy to be in this incredible city. And I remember going to the mayor's prayer breakfast, which was actually a project of a lot of people, as you pointed out. It was really a really sign of the support that the residents have for your government, and that is really rare. And I felt the love there, and I think that it starts right here from the City Council and the leadership of the people in this room. As you know, you were Judy Chu's 2015 Congressional Woman of the Year for Temple City. I believe you were the first Latina ever elected to the City Council in Temple City. And because of your tremendous accomplishments, on her behalf, I'm giving you a $5 billion federal grant. Oh, no, that's the wrong speech. I'd like to present a certificate of congressional recognition to Cynthia Sternquist, Mayor, 2017 to 2018, Temple City. I have to prove I was here tonight. Thank you.
And Mike, don't underestimate my fundraising skills. You will get a call. Thank you.
Next, I'd like to invite Henry Lowe, who is a representative from State Assemblyman Ed Chow's office. Henry Lowe is also a member of the Garvey Board of Education. Henry.
Thank you very much. And thank you for the introduction, Mr. Mayor Pro Tem. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Henry Lowe, and I'm here tonight on behalf of Assemblymember Ed Chow, who unfortunately cannot be here tonight because he is in session in Sacramento. However, he asked me to convey his well wishes for everyone here in Temple City, and of course to join all of you in congratulating the tenureship, the leadership of Mayor Sternquist. In fact, in reflecting on the assembly member and the work he's done in his district, one of the first events he actually went to after his election to the assembly was the dedication of Rosalie Boulevard, and to celebrate the forward thinking of Temple City and the work they did with Rosalie Boulevard to making it more pedestrian-friendly, more bike-friendly. And really, this is an example of the forward thinking that Temple City has done from the work it's accomplished in its downtown in Temple City, Las Tunas, to the cultural events such as the Kimlia Festival, the Lunar New Year event, and the continued work to engage the community, engage the constituents from all matters such as public safety to senior services. You know, Temple City has a lot to be proud of, and that is because of the leadership of its city council and, of course, of its mayor. And so, Mayor Sternquist, on behalf of Assemblymember Ed Chow and the 500,000 constituents we represent in the 49th Assembly District, congratulations in your leadership as the mayor of the city of Temple City. Your outstanding commitment to public service and your dedication in advocating on behalf of the residents of Temple City is to be commended. Congratulations and best wishes, dated April 3rd, 2018.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Next, I'd like to invite Jimmy Wu, who is here on behalf of the supervisor, LA County Board of Supervisor, 5th District, Catherine Barger. Jimmy.
Hi, good evening, the mayor and the mayor pro tem of the council members, my dear friends. It's truly an honor for me on behalf of the county supervisor, Catherine Barger, to come here to present and also convey her best wishes and the thanks to our dearest friend, Cynthia Sternquist, for the wonderful job, for the dedication, for the leadership, and for her vision to lead the city during the 2017 and the 2018. We really appreciate. And we all know Temple City is one of the city, the best, very important city in our 5th district. So we're looking forward. We want to thank you for the dedication, the wonderful job, and also we're looking forward to closely work together with the mayor, William, and all the council members, and to provide all the necessary and the best service to the city of Temple City. Thank you so much. Thank you for the, you demonstrate the pride of the civil duties, and also through the numerous contribution through your service that we all, witness, we all enjoy so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next, it's a pleasure to invite one of our neighboring cities. From the city of Alhambra, we have Councilmember Barbara Messina.
It is indeed my pleasure to be here to recognize and honor not only my colleague, but my dear friend Cynthia, who I treasure very, very much. We are here to recognize not only her accomplishments, because as the mayor, she represents Temple City like you cannot believe. She's all over Facebook with everything she does for the city of Temple City during her term as mayor. And she's my seatmate at SCAG, at COG, so she works very hard on your behalf. So it is my honor to just present this small token of our appreciation, because I know how hard you work being mayor, signed by my mayor, Stephen Sham, and all of the city council people in Alhambra. Congratulations.
And last but definitely not least, not exactly our neighbor, but she's come from afar, from the city of Walnut. I have the pleasure of introducing the mayor of city of Walnut, Mary Sue.
Thank you so much. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is my great honor here today. I came to city of Temple City many times. Every time when you have an event, I'm always here because this is such a wonderful city. I really enjoy all your events. I I just want to echo what my colleague just said about Cindy. As a friend, we sit together in different committees, and as a colleague, I learned so much from her about her leadership skill, her passion for the public service. I think City of Temple City is lucky to have a public servant like Cindy. She did it all, 24 hours, 7 days a week. Sometimes midnight, City will send out emails to different cities, invite us to join some kind of event that City of Temple City is hosting. I think it is important to have such a good role model that we all can look up to, or we all can learn. So you did a great job as a mayor and as a public servant also. So from the bottom of my heart, I really want to show my sincere gratitude for what you have done and what you are going to do more and more. But on behalf of City of Warner, your leadership skills and expertise have served you well. As you represent residents of Temple City community, the City of Warner extends sincere appreciation for your dedication and successful years of service. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you all. I feel so special. I always have shared this with my fellow city council members. One of the greatest joys of being a city council member is being able to meet such wonderful people like those that you've seen this evening, whether they're state senators or represent assembly people or dear friends who started off as colleagues. It's just an amazing, amazing thing to be able to do. And I thank all of you from the bottom of my heart for being here this evening. Thank you so much. Okay, I think the time has come. Let's see. I would like to call for nominations for the seat of the new mayor.
Outgoing Madam Mayor, I would like to have it would give me great pleasure to nominate Mayor Pro Tem Min to be our next mayor.
I'll second.
Okay, the motion has been moved and seconded. I don't think we need a roll call, do we?
Is there a second nomination?
Is there a second nomination?
There he was. Councilmember Fish seconded the motion, and you just need a vote.
Okay, so can we have a roll call vote?
Councilmember Chavez?
Yes.
Mayor Sternquist?
Yes.
Councilmember Yu?
Yes.
Councilmember Fish?
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Man?
Yes. That's awkward.
Okay, I guess we have a new mayor. Darn. No, I'm so excited, William. You know that from the bottom of my heart.
Thank you, Cindy.
Okay, so let's see. I think we move over now.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
That's it.
See ya.
Follow your
That's
lead.
Okay. And I think we have something for you.
Oh. Wow. Fancy.
I think that's for you.
Are you sure? I think one's for Cindy. Oh, well, I don't know. Don't ask me.
Okay.
Don't worry, we're still trying to figure
William
things
said
out.
those are for me.
Nobody knows who anything's for, but we don't know. Here,
Okay, we'll figure it out.
we'll figure it out. Don't mind us. We don't know what we're doing.
Oh, are you doing this?
Yes, right afterwards.
Got it.
So,
That's
thank
why
you.
we're having a new mayor. Are you still going to sit here? Where you
Yes,
at?
I love to sit here. Hey, I look better on this side.
Oh, you're switching the, So may I have a nomination for the seat of Mayor Pro Tem?
I'd like to nominate Councilmember Nanette Fish for, no?
No,
What did
go
you?
ahead.
Oh,
I was going to second, but I thought you were done.
okay, as our new Mayor Pro Tem.
And I would second that nomination.
So hearing that I'm assuming there's no second nomination, Madam Clerk, if we could get a vote, please?
Yes. Councilmember Chavez?
Yes.
Councilmember Sternquist?
Yes.
No. That doesn't sound right. That's-
Councilmember Yu?
Yes.
Councilmember Fish?
Yes.
Mayor Mann?
Yes.
Right.
And now we have congratulations, Mayor Pro Tem Fish.
Thank you.
And so it gives me great pleasure that one of the first things I get to do as mayor is to present the new. Wait, actually, hold on. Presentation two. Oh, actually, this is you.
Just keep going.
No, this is presentation to you.
Okay, what am I giving you?
You're actually giving me this.
I'm giving William those, I just gave them to him already.
Okay.
so. We usually
this
do
is-
much better than this.
I know. What
This is what happens when someone who hasn't been mayors becomes mayor. Okay, so on behalf of the City Council, it would be a pleasure for me to also give the other floor arrangement to the new Mayor Pro Tem Fish.
Thank you. I'm reading the agenda. I'm trying to figure out where we are on the agenda. Thank you.
All right. And so it gives me great pleasure to also present Mayor Cynthia Sternquist's gavel and plaque in honor of her service
Thank
of
you.
the past year as mayor. So
Thank you.
perhaps we'll.
Take a picture.
We have to show everyone what it
Yeah.
looks like because it's so
This is
pretty.
fantastic.
This is my pink gavel that I used all year.
You can take it to COG.
I'll take it.
You got to pull it off the plaque first.
Okay, and moving on to the next item, I'd like to invite our other elected officials who are also here with us tonight if they would like to make comments. This is so awkward to say. Comments from other elected officials to new mayor and new mayor pro tem.
That is strange. Okay.
Yeah, but I guess first of all, if I'd like to call up again former Assemblymember Mike Ng. Please.
Well, what an honor to be before you. And I was looking at the bios that you posted on your website. I noticed the similarities between you and our outgoing mayor. Under personal information, outgoing Mayor Sternquist listed 2 dogs named Max and Brandy, and under personal, incoming Mayor William Mann listed Bebe and Winky, along with your other family members. And I thought that was so cute, and really represents the accessibility and the family orientation that the whole City Council has. And I've met every one of you and admire you so much. I want to close with this thought. When Honorable William Mann got elected, he came to my office and he asked me for some advice about how to not run a city, because I was an example of, a city going, and I'm just kidding. But I really appreciated that, And the fact that you carry a tradition like me, my wife Judy Chu served before me, and your father also was a groundbreaking elected official in the Omani Union School District. And the fact that just like you really respect your past and your relationships, Temple City is so respectful of your past, so respectful of the relationships that you have as well. And I want to commend you for that, and also for the fact that I think what you bring is something that I rarely see, having been in 9 elections and served in many levels, that, William, you have a sense of genuine humility, and that is something that is very rare. You have every right to be to feel accomplished with your family and your career as an engineer. So I would like to commend you. I, unfortunately, due to the federal budget crisis, Judy only gave me 1 certificate, so I do have an IOU for you from the federal government to give you a certificate of commendation. Do you want to stand there? We take a picture, or?
That's funny.
Anyway, another round of applause for our new incoming mayor, William Mann.
Thank you, Mike. Speaking of accessibility, Mike is probably one of the most down-to-earth elected officials I've ever met in my life. He called me one day, and he knew I worked in Alhambra. And he said, "Hey, you want to grab lunch in Alhambra? I could meet you at the time and place. I know it's more convenient for you." And we had lunch at Charlie's Trio, and he shared some of his experiences with me, and I greatly appreciate your guidance and advice and mentorship, and for being a leading example for all of us here, as well as many folks here in Temple City. Thank you. Next, I'd like to call up Henry Lowe from State Assembly Member Ed Chow's office.
Well, congratulations, Mayor Mann, and we know that you will do a superb job, as you've already demonstrated as a public servant. And what I can say on behalf of Assembly Chow is that, you know, the state government looks forward to working with its constituent cities to make the best possible policies. And I know for Assembly Chow, who of course is familiar with the work of Mr. Mann as well as father and the entire city council, we look forward to working with you in the coming year to meet the challenges and opportunities that faces our region and our state and our nation. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Next, I'd like to invite Jimmy Wu from Catherine Barger's office.
Again, I really didn't know that I had to come. I have to come second time. But again, I want to say just, I want to extend the county's, the best wishes to new mayor and also all the mayor pro tem and also council members and all the citizens that the resident of the Temple City. And we are looking forward to work closely with the new council team and also with the residents. And wish you all the best. Thank you.
Thank you. So, I guess Councilmember Barbara Messina with Alhambra.
Thank you, Honorable Mayor Mann. I too would to wish you the very best in the upcoming year. And it was really cute because he said to me, I said to him first, when my husband and I first got married in 1961, our first home was in Temple City. It was a little first starter home, really cute. And he said when my wife and I first got married, our first home was in Alhambra. So I said, it's been a big change from 1961 Temple City to Temple City now, and I just love it as much as I did then, and I know you will be a wonderful asset to this community. Congratulations. Thank you.
Mayor Mary Sue from City of Walnut.
Well, again, thank you. I'm the only one with the certificate. Well, for the last 3 years, I have seen William in many, many capacities. And I really feel like this young man has a great future. It is very encouraging to see young people like him. You know, most people at his generation, you know, of course, we're still young, right, Mike? But I mean, with a new family, a little child, you know, they have handful of things that they need to be taken care of. But instead that he came out, served the community. This is very time-consuming. Everybody out here, you probably don't know that City Council, we do 24 hours job. I mean, people call, we have the answer, and there's so many requests. So it's like I say, it's very encouraging to see young people like William that were willing to come out to serve our community. So I know you will be a good mayor, even though this is your first time, but you have such a good role model that in Temple City, and this is a wonderful city. City of Walnut is very similar like Temple City, and we learn so much from each other. So I have confidence that will be another great mayor, and of course the future. So congratulations on behalf of City of Walnut. We extend our congratulations and best wishes for the whole year. Thank you. Thank you.
Let me know if you're getting tired of hearing people speak. But next, I'd like to invite my fellow council members to make any comments or remarks. I'd actually like to start with Councilmember Vincent Yu.
All right, thank you, Mayor Mann. It gives me great pleasure to actually have a chance to thank my fellow council member, former Mayor Sternquist, for her service. We really didn't have a chance to actually mention so many things that she has done in last year. We talked about her service in the City Council, but she was also actually the president of the San Gabriel Valley Council of Government, which is a very important position because that is not only citywide but region-wide. So I thank you for your contribution. I thank you, thank your family for sharing you with us, and also you also serve on the Foothill Transit. You serve on the Mosquito and Vector Board, and Library Commission, and raise a lot of money for our library. So we thank you for that, and appreciate last year for working with you. I also want to congratulate Mayor Pro Tem Fish for all your work on the commission and the community festivals, and looking forward to your leadership. Thank you. And finally, thank you. I want to congratulate Mayor Mann. Looking forward to your leadership, and I'm proud and happy to work with my colleague actually at the County Public Works Department. I'm very happy to see you sitting in your seat. I'm looking forward to the next year.
Thank you. I guess next I have a council member, Tom Chavez.
Thank you. First of all, I'd like to thank former Mayor Sternquist for her service. As Barbara mentioned earlier, you know, it's not only what Cindy does in the city, but all that she does for the city from a regional standpoint. And it takes a lot of time, a lot of effort, and it's not easy. And we don't all see that. We know that she's doing it, and we certainly appreciate it. But, you know, her efforts have have gone a long ways to making this city a better place, not only here, but recognized throughout the region. So thank you so much for that. And you know, Cindy and I go back a long ways, back to the Parks and Recreation days that we still can remember and sometimes wish that we were back there probably. But, you know, I've always been proud of you and all that you've done, and you've represented the city so well, and thank you for all that you've done. So
Thank you, Tom.
appreciate it. To William and Nan, I think it's only appropriate. You guys came in together, and now you're going to serve together as the leaders of our council. So I have no doubt that both of you are going to do such a fantastic job. You've learned your trades well in the last few years. You know, one of the things I think that people recognize about this council is that even though we disagree once in a while, we're not disagreeable in doing it. And I think that lends itself well to how we lead this city. And an example of that, of course, is Nan and William, and I know they'll continue with that same thought. And I look forward to working with you in the next year. I wish you the best of luck. And again, congratulations on your positions. So thank you.
Thank you, Tom.
Thank
Mayor Pro Tem Fish.
That sounds very strange, but thank you. I wanted to start off by, of course, thanking Councilmember Sternquist. She has been a dear friend to me and mentor for many years. I also served on the Parks and Rec Commission with the two of these, and I will say it was a lot of fun and not a lot of stress like City Council. It was more fun. But I've learned a lot from you. I think everyone in the community knows that you love what you do. If you didn't love what you were doing, you would not be so involved in all the other aspects of the city, like Tom was saying, as far as COG and different things. On a personal level, I just wanted to say that with Cynthia being so busy, she still has time to always support everything that I'm involved in, whether it's Camellia Festival, Relay for Life, Women's Club. She's always there with a kind word, with some advice, and of course, a check. So wanted to always thank you for that. As many of you know, Cindy was instrumental in getting our new library. She does not take no for an answer. Many of you may not know that Supervisor Antonovich has called her a bulldog in the past because she just will hound you and hound you and hound you until she gets what she wants. And we're very lucky for that because now we are getting a brand new library because of her efforts. Many meetings, many phone calls, many emails, and years of persistence. So we need to be very thankful for that, and I just want to thank you for that. So thank you very much. And then for William and I, we did not meet until we were on the city council together. I will tell a story of one of our first closed session meetings. We were sitting in the back and we had our little binder, and Eric and Brian start talking, and we're looking across at each other, and we have no idea what he's talking about. We are raising our hands saying, could you just tell us what the acronyms mean? Because we are lost. And then Brian's like, oh, I'm so sorry. Let's give you a cheat sheet. So we have learned together. They've told us how to stand and how to be photographed. That was a big deal. Yes. It's amazing. Through Jerry, he gives us a lot of tips on that. So we have learned a lot, and I can't think of anybody I would rather serve as Mayor Pro Tem for. You're a wonderful man, a wonderful family man. I know you love the Lord, and you're going to do a wonderful job. I know you have a big heart, and I'd like to congratulate you again. So
Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. And former mayor, do you have any other remarks?
No, I just appreciate you calling me former mayor and not the old mayor, as my neighbor did. But anyway, it's really wonderful to see, I think, the senior people here, to see our freshman group actually being the mayor pro tem and the mayor of our city. And to both of you, just embrace it. At times it can be a little bit tenuous and frustrating. You feel like you're being pulled in many, many directions, but you have a wonderful staff. You have a wonderful city attorney and city manager to help you. I'm always available, as long as you're not violating the Brown Act, to call me and discuss something. But William, it's been a joy to have you as Mayor Pro Tem. And I'd call you and you work and I'm retired, but you were always willing to take the phone call and just let me run something by you. So I appreciate your honesty and your integrity, and the same thing for you, Nan. And I know that you're both going to do a wonderful job, and just so excited to see both of you now take the helms here. So thank you.
Thank you, Cindy. Wow, I don't even know what to say at this point. But I guess I want to start off by really thanking Cindy. You've, over the last, not just the last year with you being mayor, but over the last 3 years, you've really shown me that one person with a passion can change the world. And you've done that through the library, which is so crystal clear to all of us and many members of the community. The persistence, the dedication, the time. You told me about all those times you had to go to Lancaster or Malibu, or the county has libraries all over the place, and she has to go to all these meetings. And it was years of time and dedication that really culminated to the moment that we're all witnessing now, and that is the renovation of the library right here in Temple City. So your passion has inspired me it's added a lot of fuel to
Your son wants to come up here.
Oh, my son. I think he's been patiently waiting in the
He
back.
has. He's a good boy.
Uh-oh. But thank you for leading by example, and I think he's coming up here.
Well, that's okay. He can. He's sitting Daddy.
The young mayor, huh?
Oh.
This is my son Adrian. He's 2.5 years old. He's the joy of my life. Okay, let's see if I could do this. But Cindy, thank you so much for your leadership and your leadership by example. All the conversations we've had really helped me get to this point, and I feel ready to take on this new challenge because of all the advice and counsel that you've given me over the years. So I want to thank you very much for that. Nan, it's been a joy to share in this journey with you. Like we both came on as newbies, and Cynthia played jokes on us by telling us where to stand even though we're not supposed to, telling us things we were to do but we weren't supposed to do, and then kind of laughing at us after the fact. But it's been incredible learning from you. I appreciate your there, off he goes. I appreciate your no-nonsense approach to solving issues and approaching problems. And really, your service and dedication over the years to our community is also a great source of inspiration to me. And I'm very blessed to have you as Mayor Pro Tem. I know I can rely on you and count on you, because I know there's going to be moments where, it's the great thing about being on council is there's 5 of us, and there's really the burden of the work is not shouldered by any one individual. And I've come to grown to appreciate that and really cherish the fact that we don't really need to be, a single strong man or strong woman to really lead and make our city better. Vince, my colleague at the county, as well as one of the main persons to convince me that I'm able to do the work on city council. I had so many doubts. I did not have as much experience as my council colleagues in serving on commissions and being involved in a lot of city-related things. But Vince encouraged me to pursue it and give it a shot. And and somehow here I am. And thanks largely to his guidance, his mentorship, his wisdom. Thank you, Vince, and also for your friendship, for helping me get to this point. And Tom, I'll never forget when I was first elected and we were at concerts in the park, and you took me around and introduced me to a lot of the residents who were at the concerts, and you told me their names and introduced me as one of the newly elected council members several years ago. I really appreciate your openness and friendliness and really kind of showing me the ropes. And you've done that being the mayor when I was first elected. And you really showed me how to run a meeting, how to really tackle problems, your problem-solving skills, the way you rationalize and go through all the details, something that I really learned and picked up a lot from you. And of course, your eloquence in being able to convey your opinions and your messages about things that we discussed. So your leadership by example has also been a great inspiration to me. So thank you for that.
Thank you.
So over the weekend, I was really struggling to think of what to say. I mean, I knew what to say to my colleagues because we've been involved in so much together. And in the midst of all that writer's block, I just decided to clean my office. And I came across a box of pins, and that's the one thing I forgot to bring today. I found the 3 pins from the last 3 Camellia festivals. And if you don't know, every year we have a different theme for the Camellia Festival. And the first Camellia Festival that I participated in as an elected official was 2016, and the theme was Hometown Pride. My parents and I were lucky to move here back in 1992. Besides spending 4 years at Berkeley for college, I've lived most of my life here. And looking back, I realized that at the crossroads of every major life decision that I've encountered, somehow I always ended up back here in Temple City. After Berkeley, I had a job offer in the Bay Area. I could have stayed up there. But I was lucky to be admitted into grad school at UCLA, and so I came back. I came back to Temple City. After grad school, I had job opportunities that could have taken me to Diamond Bar, Irvine, and even one in Siberia, which I gladly turned down. And in the midst of that, I got offered a job at LA County Department of Public Works right here in Alhambra. And so I stayed in Temple City. When I was looking into buying a house, I drew a box on a map, and that box was the 10 freeway, the 605, the 210, and the 710. And guess what's right in the middle of that box? Temple City. When Helen and I were married, we had to make a decision of where we wanted to start our family. She was living in Walnut at that time, and I'm glad she made the wise choice of moving here to Temple City. And that's not I'm just teasing Mary right now because she's here. And so, again, another major life crossroads, and I'm back here in Temple City. When my friends ask me why I'm so proud of growing up here and serving in this community that I grew up in, I realized I was probably giving them the same answers that most of you who live here give. We have great neighborhoods, quiet, family-oriented communities. It's safe. We got great schools here. But the common link between all of that really is, it goes back to family. We are a community that is founded on a bedrock of family values and time-honored traditions that are passed on from generation to generation. My parents gave me the gift of growing up here in Temple City. Helen and I hope to pass that gift on to our son, Adrian. What we pass on to the next generation is the hope that we have provided them with every opportunity to pursue and chase their dreams. And if you recall, Chasing Your Dreams was the theme of the 2017 Camellia Festival. And the idea of chasing your dreams transcends all ethnic, cultural, racial boundaries, transcends everything. In a community as diverse and dynamic as ours, it's often easier for us to point out our differences rather than to find common ground. But finding common ground is the key to building up our communities. And we do that by encouraging others to get involved, to become more civically engaged. We must cast a wider net. We must try to involve more and more of our communities to understand what we do here and why we do the things we do in Temple City. We must make it easier for our community to connect meaningfully with their local government. I mean, in this day and age, we have so many working families that are working 2 jobs. I mean, Helen and I are an example of that. And I understand it can be difficult to get involved, as many of my colleagues and as well as some of our guests have alluded to, that city council sometimes can be a 24-hour job, depending on the situation. But believe me, my family is one of them that is going through that, and the sacrifices are real. But also the sense of fulfillment and the sense of pride and joy in being able to give back to our community is invaluable. Words cannot even describe what that means to me. And the only reason it's possible for me to really serve on council is because there are so many people here today that have been a source of inspiration to me. I've already talked about my council colleagues and what all the unique contributions they have provided me and the guidance that they provided me. But our commissioners, our committee members, the youth committee who is out in force today, our Camellia Festival Committee that year after year answers the call to put together one of our flagship programs, and every resident that has taken the time to really come up, to talk to me, to email me, to call me, and provide me with honest and constructive feedback. That's what's really led me in my sort of path to this point. And the energy and passion that each and every one of you has, that is what inspires me. And that's actually the theme of our last Camellia Festival, is that inspires me. And Zoe of our youth committee is here today. She's actually one of my mentees. I'm very proud to have her as my mentee shadowing City Council, came up with the theme for this year that inspires me. So last but definitely not least, I've talked a lot about family, and it would behoove me to thank them. Without my wife, Helen, to be my rock and support. She's in the back managing
Helen.
Adrian.
Everybody look at Helen.
If you ask her about the sacrifices that she's had to make, she can tell you all about it. And without her, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be able to do what I'm doing. She is the main source of inspiration that allows me to move forward, both as a public servant, but mainly as a husband and as a father. So, Helen, I love you, and I thank you for standing with me through thick and thin. And of course, my son Adrian, who, the running joke is we purposely raised him as ESL. His English is pretty bad right now. We speak to him in Chinese at home. He has no idea what's going on. He has no idea why I'm sitting up here. But perhaps in the coming years when he gets older, I hope to instill in him a sense of civic pride and civic engagement that he can carry on in his childhood as well as his teenage and hopefully adult life. He's also been a great source of inspiration. He's really taught me the virtue of patience, as many parents probably know. And of course, my parents, I wouldn't even be in Temple City without them. And of course, my father, as an elected official, I didn't know it at the time. I was helping him pass out flyers, and I was telling people to vote for my dad for the El Monte Union School Board. And that gave me the first opportunity to really know what it means to connect with residents and kind of do the whole door knocking thing. And it was, I didn't really think about it at that time, but then when it came time for us to run, I realized that, oh my gosh, that was something that I've done before, and came back naturally, or more naturally than I thought it would be. So, but his example, he's a public school teacher at San Gabriel High School, a true public servant, and he's been a great source of inspiration for me as well. And of course, my mother, who has raised me and has sacrificed a lot to be here. I believe she's in the back with with my son. Of course, my mother and father-in-law, who are also here with me today, my sister-in-law Gloria, who's in the back helping with Adrian. So thank you. I'm so grateful, honored, and blessed to serve as your mayor. And in the coming years, I hope that I will continue to lean on you all for support, for guidance, for advice, and hope that we all can work together to make Temple City a better city for many, many generations to come. Thank you. And so we do have a couple of quick business items to take care of. Well, actually, the next thing is public comments on items not listed on the agenda. Is there anyone from the public who wishes to make a public comment? Seeing none, I will close public comments and move on to the consent calendar. May I have a motion?
Motion to approve?
Second.
The consent calendar has been moved and seconded. Madam Clerk, can we have a roll call, please?
Councilmember Chavez?
Yes.
Councilmember Sternquist?
Yes.
Councilmember Yu?
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Fish?
Yes.
Mayor Mann?
Yes. Public hearing, we have none. Unfinished business, we have none. New business, we have none. Communications, we have none. Update from City Manager.
Very briefly, thank you for your service, Councilmember Sternquist, and I look forward to working with Mayor Pro Tem Fish and working with our new mayor, Mayor Mann. Thank you.
Thank you.
Update from our City Attorney.
I'd second with the city manager. I said, looking forward to working with you all. Appreciate the outgoing mayor, wonderful job. And that's it for tonight.
Thank you. Do we have any council reports on ad hoc or standing committees? Nope. Okay. So I guess council items separate from the city manager's regular agenda, I think we could probably skip that.
We have a party.
Okay. Reimbursements for city officials, there is none. Additional public comments, I don't see any. So really quickly, if you didn't know, we do have a small light reception right next door at the Women's Club. It's right next to the fire station. And I would invite everyone here, if you have time, to please join us next door. And we are in adjournment. Thank you.